One more. Yes.
When I do workouts on holidays, they're not planned, I don't have a schedule, I'm purely there for the happiness of being able to move my body, doing my staple 2 exercises, pull-ups and dips. So I tested out the assisted pull-up and dip machine, and here you can see I do 7 pull-ups in a neutral grip, which tends to be easier on the muscles of the arms and the grip. So a lot of people say that the neutral grip pull-ups are the easiest type of pull-up. You're still recruiting the same amount of strength that you would using the horizontal bar, but it just feels easier because it's a more comfortable grip for the human body. Using the same machine, I tested out my max dips for that day. Now, I hadn't trained for the 2 weeks that I was on holiday, and prior to this, I hadn't trained for 2 months because I had elbow tendonitis, also known as tennis elbow. You can watch the video of me doing some rehab exercises here. So my form isn't particularly the best it could be because I have lost substantial strength, but you know, you've got to start from somewhere, and these pull-ups and dips are my warm-up sets. When looking around, I saw that the gym was a classic gym with mostly machines. I was hoping for a few bars to do pull-ups. Those wooden beams looked promising, but they were too high. So unfortunately I didn't see any, so I had to stick to the one machine I could do all my pull-ups and dips. There were also no weight belts that I could use, so I decided that this workout would be purely how many pull-ups and dips can I do in the shortest amount of time. So essentially an endurance exercise. I start off doing pull-ups with the traditional pronated grip and try for 5 reps before taking a short break and going again. I'm thinking, that's my first set and that was hard. How am I going to do any more? Another set from another angle. I was lucky in this gym. They really welcomed filming and were quite happy for me to walk around with a tripod. I know it can get super annoying in a gym when there's loads of tripods around, but I personally like to film myself because I like to look at my form and also which muscles are activated just to make sure that I'm doing the exercises correctly. It's also fantastic to have for a before and after and see how much you've improved in a particular exercise and got stronger. So I'm a great advocate for filming. I know it's controversial, but that's my take. I do manage 5 sets. These are the last 5 pull-ups from the 5th set, so 20 to 25. Just to put it into context, back home I can do 15 pull-ups in a row. I'd be doing 5 sets of 5 pull-ups as a warm-up, but I'm genuinely finding it quite difficult, and this is the meat of my exercise here. I'm not saying it to boast, but more as a contrast as to what I can do back home to show you how quickly you can lose strength, but also how quickly you can get it back. As soon as I got home and I wasn't injured and I could train, it took me 3 to 4 weeks to get all my strength back. So there is hope. You have muscle memory. Don't worry. My next exercise was dips, and I followed the same pattern as I had with the pull-ups. This time I did 7 dips for 5 sets. Once I had done the exercises I had set out to do, I needed more thinking time. So I have this horrible habit of, while I'm thinking, doing some pull-ups. I know it sounds really funny, doing pull-ups in between the sets, but that's just how I am. They are the, inverted commas, easier type with the neutral grip, but still. When I couldn't do any more, I settled in hanging to try and motivate my creative juices as to what I would do next. I think I do this instead of completely resting because it's almost a way of exercising without knowing that you're doing certain exercises. I enjoy training so much that one of the hardest things I find during a training session are the rest times. I want to isolate my abs and work on them, so I do these ab compressions. I love these exercises because you can really feel the burn in the specific place you want to train. I made my own little exercise where I hold it for 5 to 10 seconds and then I do a dip in between. I'll fast forward this or we'll be here all day. When I don't have a set workout, I like to be quite creative and play around. So I tried to use the machine to do these weighted L-sit raises with the ball. But as you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping hold of it. I do manage to make it work in my own way, but I soon realise this isn't as fun as I thought it would be. Okay, playtime over. Back to the serious reps and sets. So my next exercise are these parallel bar L raises, and I do 10 reps of these. I maintain a tight core so that I'm not swinging, and I isolate all the hard work to my abs. You can test your endurance with this exercise by looking at yourself. Gradually bend your knees more and more as you fatigue with each rep. I wasn't going to keep showing you all of the sets I did of each particular exercise, but I had to include this video because my friend in the background absolutely steals the show. One of the things I've always wanted to do on my bucket list of life is be able to climb the rope solely using my hands like he does all the way to the top. You can laugh at my feeble attempt at the end of the video if you even want to call it that. I may not be able to do all the superhero things just yet, but you can never deny that I always give things a go, no matter how silly or stupid I may look. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you, I am back on this pull-up bar. No one's taken me away from doing all the pull-ups I can do. I've taken my extremities down a notch by using the neutral bars because they are slightly easier, and I tend to do all these pull-ups when I feel less creative and I don't have a gym routine to follow, so I end up just doing pull-ups in between the other exercises. In the middle or towards the end of my gym routines, I do like doing negative pull-ups, and I try and go as slow as I can on the eccentric part of the exercise. So with a pull-up, this is the bit where you go down. Going slow on the parts of the exercise where your muscle is contracted is a great way to increase hypertrophy and get stronger, because you're increasing the amount of time that your muscles are under tension. I decide my abs need another round of bashing, so I try some hanging L raises. At this point, the heat was getting almost intolerable, and I swear, even if you can see those fans working at their very hardest, it wasn't even hitting the sides for me. I don't even usually sweat when I'm doing a hard workout, so the fact that I can see here on this video I'm literally shiny, glowing, means I must have been really, really overheated. They even had a gym dog who was super friendly sometimes.
You're ready to set, come on. Oh.
Where is he?
Oh.
Now he's with me.
Just compared him, huh? Yay.
Yeah.
On the beach.
How you like me?
Oh.
He's very hot because it is very hot here. I've mentioned it before, but when you start calisthenics and practicing your body weight training, you look at anywhere that has a horizontal bar, whether it be metal or wood, and you use it to do pull-ups. It doesn't matter if I've just fried myself with reps and sets on the actual pull-up machine, I have to do them again. I don't know what's wrong with me. I definitely think it's because I was on holiday and I knew that I wouldn't find a pull-up bar in miles, so I had to make the most of where I was. I genuinely enjoy pull-ups so much. I know these are not the neatest reps you've ever seen because I'm quite tired. I haven't really been training while I've been on holiday, and this is all just a bit of fun for me. This is genuinely me at my most happiest. I know my face doesn't reflect that, but I can't even explain to you how much I adore doing pull-ups. If I didn't fatigue, I'd be doing pull-ups all day, day. Contrary to what you may think at the moment, I didn't bash my head on the barbell when I did pull-ups looking away from the camera. So 1 point to me. And finally, I know you thought we would never get there, but isolation exercises using the dumbbells are always my last type of exercise that I do in any workout. So I knew it was coming to an end when I found myself in this section of the gym. We start with the good old classic bicep curls, and I can't quite see, but I think I'm holding 8 kilogram dumbbells for 8 reps and 3 sets. My strength is very asymmetrical, not sure how many of you guys have the same thing. Comment below if you're also the same. But you can see here my left arm fatigues much quicker than my right arm. I genuinely feel I could bicep curl 10 kilograms comfortably, but the left arm just lets me down. Compulsory arm wiggles before moving on to the next exercise that I also do for 8 reps with 8 kilograms. I've just frozen the video and I can see I'm using 20-pound dumbbells. I think that roughly equates to 8 kilograms. Ooh, just had a Google. It's actually 9 kilograms. Yay, go me. And on to our third dumbbell exercise. Here I definitely dropped the weight. I normally use 5 kilograms back home. Again, not sure what weight I'm using here, but this is for 8 reps. And then we go back again from the beginning so that we complete 3 sets of each of these 3 exercises. In between all 3, I take around a 45-second to 60-second rest. It's not timed. It's mostly me just looking around the gym with a blank stare, shaking my arms out. Why so serious? I can never hold a serious face for too long. I always found doing dumbbell exercises quite boring, but there's something about doing them at the end of your workout when you've already got a pump in front of the mirror that just motivates you to carry on. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my last set of my last exercise at the end of my workout routine. I think I'm just dreaming about all the yummy things I'm going to eat after this.
How high do you normally go? Like there? Like the bars?
Yeah.
It's too scary.
When this one touch, another, if you stop.
I was absolutely shattered after my workout, but I couldn't leave this gym without a little attempt at the rope. I got some advice, took a deep breath, and, safe to say, I made a complete joke of myself. This is me trying to convince them and myself that I definitely could have done it if I had started with this before I shattered myself during my workout.
Going on the floor, so I can just
You rely on your strength.
Ain't nobody believing that, Jade. I take it easy and just settle for gathering some tips for the next time I try when I'm fresh, and get some inspiration from Miley Cyrus in her video Wrecking Ball. And nobody talks about the leg chafing that you get even when you're climbing the rope without using your thighs to hold on. But then,
1, yes, 2, second up.
and the video conveniently cuts just before I have a decent attempt of getting at least halfway up the rope. Thank you for watching, and YouTube thinks you'll like this video next.